So the other night I watched Skinamarink, and this was hands down the scariest movie I've ever watched in my entire life. It's from 2022, and the basic plot is that two kids wake up to find that there are no parents in the house, and all the windows and doors are slowly disappearing. I feel like I'm going to sound a little manic or hyperbolic at times in this review, because I've gotten into scary movies over the last couple years, and I genuinely enjoy them. And a large part of that is because I can separate fact from fiction. I know that Michael Myers isn't coming after me. I know that Freddy Krueger isn't real. But this movie tapped into something so deep and genuine inside of me that it has left me on edge for days, and I've been sleeping terribly. This movie is ultimately less about the plot and more about the moment. You are existing in a house at night, and I've never seen a better depiction of what that feels like. There's barely any dialogue, and you don't even see any of the characters' faces. Instead, for good chunks of the movie, you're just staring at blank corners and hearing whispers in the background. For me, it felt like trying to fall asleep as a kid and wondering if there was anything in that dark corner on the other side of my room. And for the first part of this movie, those dark corners and the humans feel like separate entities. But as time goes on, that all morphs into one, and as a viewer, I was now existing in those spaces I've been scared of my whole life. I have genuine fears as an adult. I'm afraid of heights. For some reason, I'm convinced that every building I'm in is going to suddenly collapse. But those feelings of fear at night as a kid, those still live deep inside of me. And this entire film just really touched that nerve. The lack of dialogue really made this a meditative experience. It was so quiet at times that I found myself thinking about my life, and suddenly I was being transported back in time, and I felt like I was back at old sleepovers, or I was at certain parts of the house that I grew up in. And then there's a very grainy aspect to the footage, and it makes it hard to really ever tell what you're seeing on screen. There would be times that something might disappear, and I would think, was that actually there at all? Or something would show up, and I would think, had that been there the whole time? Or nothing would be on screen, but it would be my own fears that would be rendering these images, and it was like I was hallucinating. And when it was over, I just kind of sat there in silence. I genuinely mean it when I say that this was a transcendent experience. But from what I can tell, this seems like a movie that a lot of people hate. I was telling a friend about this, and they said how horror is a great genre because it can land differently depending on what you're scared of. So while I think that this movie is a little bit niche, I also think it's really what you make of it. For me, the environment was important. I turned the lights down really low, turned my light bulbs to a soft blue, and I was just locked in on what was happening from the moment that it started. And it got me. It truly, truly got me. So I am going to recommend this, but keep in mind that this movie is not for everybody. But again, if you watch it, lights off. I can't believe I'm going to say this, but this was a 5-star experience for me. So check it out. I hope you enjoy. Be sure to like this video and let me know what you think about this movie in the comments. Make sure to follow to help me get closer to 1,000 followers and to see more movie videos like this. Take care.